お見事!
Okay, let's just jump right into it, guys. This is going to be a playthrough of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, one of my favorite games of all time, one I've played many, many times. And we're basically going to do a casual playthrough, meaning we're not going to get everything in the game, but we're going to get pretty close. We're going to get pretty much everything in the game. I'm not going to do too much research on it. We're just going to kind of play through memory. But I assure you, I played through it so many times, we pretty much know what's going on. So, I'm going to let you see the opening intro with no interruption, so I'll see you in a minute. Okay, and so we begin. And actually, if you'll notice, we began with a mistake. At the beginning it said last stage or final stage in Castlevania Bloodlines, and that's actually not correct. The game that precedes this is not Bloodlines. Bloodlines is another great Castlevania game, but the one that preceded this was actually called Castlevania Dracula X, also known as Rondo of Blood. And this first part looks pretty cool, we get all this stuff, but unfortunately we cannot use any of it. If you play Richter mode, which we can after we beat the game, you cannot use any of this stuff, so looks pretty cool though, huh? Okay, so let's go down here. We're gonna play the end of that game, which is a confrontation between Dracula, and I'm going to bless you with some of the best, actually infamously worse, voice acting in video game history. But, well, just take a look at it for yourself. Just tell me what you think. I'll see you in a minute.
Time, monster. You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you.
Have at you indeed. So now the gauntlet has been thrown down by Dracula. What did you think about that, seriously? I mean, I know it gets a bad rap for bad voice acting, and yes, it is pretty terrible. But honestly, I think the writing wasn't that bad. There's my favorite item, but we can't make a whole lot of use of that here with Dracula. As you can see, we gotta hit him in the head or nothing else. So we're gonna get that later. We're gonna get the holy water later. For right now, we gotta hit Dracula in the head. Ah, he got me. Oh, he got me twice. So what the game is not telling you right now is that there's actually something going on, which is that your performance in this fight is going to determine your starting skills when the game begins with the main character, which is Alucard. So if you do good right here, you're going to get better stats, and good, there's various conditions. Again, I didn't research fully, but it's basically if you can finish this fight without getting hit, if you can finish this fight without using items, you just get extra bonuses. So I don't really care too much about that. I mean, it would be nice, but it doesn't really matter what our starting stats are going to be, and I'll tell you why in a minute. We're going to find out. And this is a fight you don't really have to worry too much about doing good. If you do mess up, Maria, the little girl from the last game, she's going to come in and save you, so really all we're doing is just giving a casual playthrough. And that's how Dracula X ended, and so begins this game. And this is truly a monster of a game. I hope the people out there who are watching this video are somewhat schooled in old school Castlevania. So basically the first game, Castlevania on the NES, that introduced Simon Belmont, and then next was Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Oh, I love that. The Dark Priest Shaft. I always get a kick out of that. Anyway, next was Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, which was a prequel. And the really great thing about this game, we're going to find out later, there are very interesting tie-ins from that game, that old school NES game, and this one, the more, quote-unquote modern. This is up to PlayStation era. And we're going to see some pretty interesting connections as we play this game. Feel free to read the story. Not too much of a story going on. Basically, Richter, who beat Dracula in the last game, and now something's wrong with Richter. We're going to have to find out what's wrong with him and exactly why he's acting kind of funny. And we're going to play as, one of the greatest characters in video games, I would say, which is Alucard, the son of Dracula. And believe me, we're going to feel like the son of Dracula by the time this game is over. And another thing that you might notice pretty readily is the soundtrack for this game is really, really awesome. And we're going to discover that as time goes on. Okay, we can goof around with the now loading screen. And there he is. And we didn't do too bad for ourselves. I mean, we got 70. That's not bad. I think that if you don't get hit at all, and if you don't use your items, all that stuff, you will get something like 90. But in either case, it doesn't really matter because we're playing this on the PSX emulator, and I have prepared a special save state for us. And bam! And as you notice, our starting stats are much, much worse. Okay, we've got 25 HP, 5 hearts, very, very terrible. The reason we're starting off like this is because we are in what's called luck mode. And if you see our luck, plus 99. And believe me, we start off really bad. Luck 99, that's going to come in really, really handy later on in the game. Okay, so off we go. And if you notice, even if we're starting in luck mode, even if we're starting off terrible, Alucard is a total badass. Whatever he touches explodes in fire. Bam. And I believe there's a special move that we can input. Let's see if I can try and get it. Oh, it's not working. What do you want? Casual playthrough. And look at that. We gain a level, 1 hit point. Whoop-de-doo. That's what I was looking for. So what I did right now, basically a lot of the weapons that you have, including our weapons right now, let's take a look really quick. These are our awesome weapons. The Alucard Sword, Shield, Dragon Helm, Mail, Twilight Cloak, Necklace of J, Lapis Lazuli. Unfortunately, all this junk is going to be stolen from us very, very soon. It's part of the plot. Whack. Okay, and as I roam through, I'm going to point out as many secrets as I could find. This is one. But you know what? Let's not dodge this place down here because it has some of the classic Castlevania enemies. So So yeah, if you played old school Castlevania, you know that these mermen, you know, they're in there since the beginning. Bam. Okay, and off we go. Now, as I said, this is a casual playthrough. I'm not going to get every single secret in the game. We're going to get most. Yay, 1 hit point. But there's a secret around here that I'm aware of, but I'm not really going to bother with doing. And that secret is... Okay, if you have high luck, like we do now, you can get hit by this wolf, and what he can do is he can knock you straight through here to the other side. What that does is it lets you start off the game with this awesome equipment. But, as I said, we're going to meet Death, and Death is going to be a butthole, and he's going to take away all of our stuff. So, there's a way to do it. I'm aware of the way, but I can't quite do it. So, anyway, let's just play this game normally. So, down you go, Wolfie. And here comes this prick. Any old time now, Death. He's thinking hard. You gotta really think about what to say, you know?
Other card. What is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
Go ahead, Alucard. He's thinking hard too. Maybe he's considering going home. I don't know.
I will not.
You shall regret those words. We will meet again.
Yeah, you jerk. Yeah, so that's what happens. Death takes all of our stuff. We don't have our nice red glowy cape. And the only weapon at our disposal is, you guessed it, right straights. Bop, bop, bop. So we're going to have to use a little bit of pugilism. At least for the time being. Okay, now one little piece of advice I want to give to people who have this, let's get our sword first. Sock this dude. Yeah, if we were beginning the normal game, it wouldn't be this hard, but this is luck mode, so yeah. There we go, we finally get it. Okay, so let's equip our short sword. Ooh, attack from 2 to 4. Excellent. Okay, let's keep on plowing on through. Oh, you jerk. There we go. We got the red rust. Let's check that out. That is a two-handed sword. And our attack would go down to 0 if we equip it, so let's take a look at it. Yeah, it sucks. It's a really sucky sword, but let's go back to our short sword. Anyway, we took a look at it. Okay, so let's make our first little save state. Or save game. Save state, rather. Actually, that was the next thing I want to talk about is if you're playing the game on this PSX emulator, there's a couple of parts a little clunky, like you saw. Sometimes the dialogue takes a little bit. Obtain cube of Zoe. That'll allow us to open up these doors. Every time you play this game on this PSX emulator, be sure when you come to this part, you want to stop and you want to pop a save state. And the reason is it often gets stuck for no reason, so it's good to save it just to make sure. Okay, but we went through just fine this time. Okay. Yeah, luck mode sucks at the beginning. But I promise you, by the end, it'll be well worth it. Oh, he stood on his head. I didn't even know that was possible. Yes, we are very weak right now. We are as weak as kittens right now. So let's arm ourselves the best we can. Hide Cuirass. Let's go ahead and put that on. Oh, it doesn't change anything. Well, we'll take it anyway. It might do something. Okay, off we go. And these red skeletons, actually, they've been in Castlevania also since the beginning. Yeah, skeleton that you can basically not kill. Skeleton that basically just gets up. Okay, let's keep going. There we go. Okay, and thank God for these, because at the present time, we definitely need them. It sucks, but it's true. We totally suck right now. Forget you. Let's keep on rolling on. Okay, we got our leather shield. The leather shield, in fact, shields in general in this game, one funny thing about them is if you get hit when you're kind of using it out, like if you get hit from the back, your shield goes flying, which is really weird. It looks like, so if I get hit in the back right now, my shield would go flying. The first time I played this game, I thought, oh crap, I lost the leather shield. So it's not quite that way. Must have got a crit on that guy. It's not quite that way, but it looks like that. Let's keep on rolling. Okay, so the shield, no matter what shield you got, it can pretty much block a lot of the projectiles. So shields are not going to be a big deal in this game, but of course it's good to have it. In fact, you can use some shields offensively, and we're gonna see some of the examples of those later on. God dang. Yeah, another reminder out there for people. Luck mode is not fun at the beginning. You are a little kitten. Okay, so let's keep on pushing on. Again, I'm going to show all the secrets that I know, and I know pretty much all the secrets in this game. Oh, very helpful. Life max up. Okay, so we got to 32. It's not bad. Not great, but it's not bad. I think, yes, there's something here. And what are we going to get? More hearts. Okay, and if you haven't figured it out by now, hearts are basically... They've always been used in Castlevania as kind of ammunition. I know it's kind of funny, but in all games you'd think, oh, a heart gives you health, right? Well, in Castlevania, for some reason, it's just ammunition. So now I've got the dagger. A dagger we're not going to make a whole lot of use out of. It's just a straight-ahead attack weapon, and kind of boring, actually. So, as I said, we're gonna make use of one of two of my favorite side items. Anytime, buddy. There we go. Okay, forget you for now. Let's just use this and go up here, because I think there's one more item we can get. Oh. Okay, now we're at our full max of hearts, 14. As you see, if I use that, down goes one of the hearts. We just gotta pump it up. Okay, we got our ugly cloth cape. And again, it's the beginning of the game. It's not too pretty, but we'll take it. Defense from 1 to 3. Constitution up, so yeah, let's put it on. It looks pretty ugly, but, you know, what the hell. Okay, we're gonna keep on rolling. Actually, oh shit. The first boss is actually coming up pretty soon. Unless I got a crit on him. So we're at the stage in the game where we have no items, so we really can't see whether or not we get a critical hit. But later on in the game, we'll know exactly how much damage we're doing. Judging by how many hits it takes to bring this guy down, we're doing like 1 damage point per stroke. Okay, let's keep on rolling. Okay. So the dagger is actually kind of a, as I said, kind of a useless side weapon. Doesn't really do a lot of damage. It only goes straight forward. It's not a big deal. This weapon, the axe, is pretty useful. And again, we have a sucky amount of hearts, but we can make some use out of it in this boss fight. There we go. And I don't know, there's something kind of cute. There's something kind of cute about the teamwork between these two. I don't know what it is, but it always cracks me up. And in fact, these enemy sprites, these were part of what was, I don't want to say recycled, but they're part of what was used in, as I said, the preceding game, which was Rondo of Blood. So yeah, we saw these kind of blue flying demons. And we're going to see other sprites from that game. Okay, he lost his spear. He's going to use his nose. There we go. There goes one. It's your turn, buddy. This boss fight's actually not too hard. It's pretty easy. And one good thing about this game is later on, when we go to the library, we're going to get tips. Bam! Must have got a crit. So one cool thing about this game is later on, we're going to go to the library, and for every boss fight, it's going to be available to buy a, kind of like a hint. You can actually see, like, you know, techniques and strategies for beating these bosses. So that's why, for me, it's pretty much easy to blow through that one. Pretty much. I didn't come through it totally unscathed, but... Bam, bam, bam. Okay, we're going to proceed forward, but really quick, I'm going to pick up another weapon. Okay, and if you notice, whenever you go down like an elevator like this, he has this special pose, and if you push up, he does this with the cape. You just gotta be careful because you don't want to push up and then suddenly the elevator goes up when you hit the ground floor. Okay, I got me some sunglasses. Cool looking sunglasses. Defense up, intelligence down. That's not going to be a big deal because intelligence, as I'm sure you can imagine in a game like this, intelligence basically just means how strong are your magics. And this game has a funny way of dealing with magic. Basically what it is there's a button input for magic. Let me just blow through this real quick. Bam. Ooh, we got the Basilard. Let's put that on. So if you notice, it's down in attack, but what it lacks in the power, it makes up for in the fast. The stabby. So, as I was saying, magic in this game, the way it works, it's a kind of unusual system. What it is there's a button command that unleashes some sort of magic. Like I showed you before, the magic if you want to use your sword, because like different swords will have different magic attacks. So there's a input you put into it, and it's basically just like, you know, think about Street Fighter. You know, if you want to throw a fireball, there's a button / control pad input. And the way it works in this game is, if you know what it is, you can do it right now. If you know what the actual button combination is, you can do it right now. Stab. And actually, those guys that I just stabbed to death, they'll actually give you the Basilard, but the game just provides it just to make sure you get it. And anyway, So if you know a button input to use magic, you can use it immediately. But if you don't know what it is, then again, later on you can buy how to use magic in the library. Step. Let's see if I know any of them. You shithead. Okay, we're getting some money as we go along the way. That's going to be useful at the library. But one of the things that I want to show... Actually, I don't want that. I want the axe. One of the things that I'm going to show later on in this game is there's a glitch that we can exploit. Step. There's a glitch that we can exploit to get a whole lot of money, and that's going to be very, very helpful. Step. There we go. Gotcha. Okay, so later on, we're going to get to that point, as I said. We can exploit a glitch, and we're going to get all the money that we need. And that's going to come in very, very handy, because we're going to get one of the most handy items in the game. And I'll show you that when we get to it. Okay, here we go. Here is my second favorite item. And I have no idea what the people who made this game were thinking when they made this item. It is a hand, as you can see. And when you shoot it, out comes a bunch of white stuff. Yeah, I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but alright. So, it's very cute, but... Take the sticky! Alright. Let's keep on rolling at this place, so we're gonna drop a save state again. Keep on going. Ah, that's my favorite item, the holy water, but... You know what? Let's roll with the sticky for a little bit. Yeah! It's more dangerous than you thought. Another great place for music in this game. I really like the music in this part. And we're going to hear some better music even as we go on. As I said, this game is just really, really good about that. No, we don't want you. We want the sticky. Okay, let's keep on going. I think... You know what? I think we got to go back. Ah, man. Guy outside my house with his little honking thing. I hope that doesn't come through on the microphone. I don't know. These little guys also, they've been a staple in Castlevania forever. These little, I think they're called Flea Men, and they've been in Castlevania ever since the beginning. We're gonna meet a character right now, a character who was prominent in the last game. I said before, the little girl, Maria Reynard. So let's go ahead and meet her.
Wait a moment. You seem human, and yet, what do you here?
I've come to destroy this castle.
Then we have the same purpose. I'll trust you for now. I'm Maria. Who are you?
Alucard.
Not the talkative type, I can see. Well, perhaps we'll meet again. If you live that long. Farewell.
You know, that was a nice little scene there, and pretty decent voice acting, pretty decent writing. I hope that the honking in the background did not come through and just ruin it. Anyway, we're standing at a really great place. It's a very subtle place, and it's kind of a central hub for part of the game. We're going to find out its significance later, but let's remember this place, the clock tower. And on we go, and here is our little flea man. And as I said, you know, very a character that's been around in Castlevania for a long time. When I first saw them when I was a kid, I thought they were like monkeys, the way they jump around. But no, they're just little guys. Take the sticky. Oh yeah. Ooh, I got the barley tea set. So now you see some of the effects of our luck mode. Basically, we're getting some drops. And that was not good, so you get the sticky. Oh, no you don't, my friend. You're gonna get stabbed. Okay. We're just gonna roll in for a little bit more. We're not gonna go too far. The clock is also a pretty good item, but you know what? Let's keep the sticky for a while. Good book or the sticky? The sticky. Good book is also not a terrible item, but just not that great, I think. A lot of these things were taken from Castlevania Rondo of Blood, so the good book was also in that game. I think up there is a door we can't open yet, so we'll come back to it. Okay, for now, let's just keep on rolling. I also like this place, this little secret kind of passage. I don't know, there's something interesting about it. Hey, monster lady, take the sticky. There we go. I don't know, there's something really cool about the depth in this place. Like, look at that in the background. Can you see that big eyeball? There's something that's really cool about this place. I don't know. Ah, you jerk. Yeah, we gotta be really careful because, as I said, luck mode, we're gonna start off terrible. So we really gotta watch our HP. And there's something about this place. I don't know what it is. They're guarding 250 bucks. I've never found any other significance, but it just looks suspicious. Okay, so let's keep rolling on. We're gonna see another enemy type. I don't really like these things. It's got an oddly feminine voice coming out of that. You gotta be careful for those things because I think they can poison you. And poison is pretty simple in this game. It's not too bad. I mean, it just, you know, you get poisoned, it lasts for a little while, it wears off. It's not a big deal, but something I'd rather not have, of course. Bam. Okay, you know what? That is about far enough for today. Let's go through this door. When we pick up next time, we're going to start heading into the library. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in part 2. 見てくれてありがとうございます。さようなら。